And welcome to the press conference following the championship game of the 2016 NCAA Division II South Central Region. First team in is Angelo State, which would be the non-advancing team. To introduce the players on the dais, we'll start on the right-hand side. That's Omari Goodall, a 6'10" senior from the Republic of Congo. Next to him is Trey Bennett, a 5'10" senior from Houston, Texas. Had 21 points, 6 assists tonight, was named to the all-tournament team. And then on the far left-hand side of the table is Alan Stedman. Stedman Allen, excuse me. So we welcome those gentlemen here, and then the coach for Angelo State University, Cinco Boone, is in the middle of the table as well. And to start this evening's press conference, we'd like to hear from Coach Boone. And Coach, if you move that microphone over there so we can hear you well. Thank you.
First of all, congratulations to Tarleton State, and we wish them the best of luck moving forward in the NCAA tournament. I hope they represent not only our region but our conference very well, and I think they will. To outline the game, my fellas never quit. They'll play it to the bone. I love that about them. I'm very proud of them for that. You get down 7 or 8, and if they just missed another free throw or two, you'd have seen an overtime game, because we're never out of it. And proud of my players that they played it to the bone. I felt like their defensive pressure really wore us down tonight, and then their offensive rebounding to me were kind of the keys in the game. We didn't handle the pressure well. I take responsibility for that. I should have had them better prepared for it. And rebounding, they just beat us to a lot of balls tonight. So, but what an incredible season for this team. Really proud of these seniors and everything that they mean to our program, and looking forward to working with the underclassmen in the days to come.
Questions from the floor?
Coach Boone, Tarleton has a group that's been here before, and you have pretty much one returner in Omar. Just the way, talk about the composure, like you said, they kept fighting back, and Trey hit that great transition 3, and these guys never gave up. Even though this team on the other side of the ball, they've been here before, and they actually beat you guys last year. But just talk more about the composure here.
Yeah, this group's done it all year long. It's kind of been our MO. Doesn't matter what deficit we get down by. We've been able to scrap back and get into games, and they just, I kind of thought one of the things that kind of broke our back, we guarded for, a good 27 seconds, and then Chance Chambers kind of hit a step back 3. I think that's maybe when they went up 6, and our guys, we came back and just kept fighting, and then we got a timeout then and come back. I think we scored, we kept playing, but that's the identity of this ball club, and we've been, that's why we've been successful this year and gotten to this point.
Amari, you've been with Coach Boone and Coach Beard for a while now, for 3 years. What has it meant to you to play for this school?
It means a lot for me to play for this school, man. I just spent 3 years Angelo State, and I feel like Angelo State helped me become a better man and a better basketball player, and it's just been amazing being part of the program.
Amari, it seems like the 3 years you've been here has been a completely different team. How does this team this year compare with the other teams, and what will you remember about this group going forward?
What I remember about this group is the fun off the court. Now, we're always together off the court. We always, making jokes and stuff, and it's just the friendship.
The start of the second half, things got a little chaotic, and Tarleton probably thinks the calls are going against them. They pick up a couple of technicals, but their defense was also digging in, so even throughout all that sequence, I think you only built a 4-point lead. Just, was there anything that they had kind of changed in that, and was that a frustrating point that you weren't kind of able to get cushion while it seemingly was going your way?
Yeah, I think they made an adjustment from last week when we played them, in our pick and rolls. They were helping from different spots. We've been preparing for the way they played us last week. They made an adjustment. But really, I think the biggest thing, and we had talked about it, really was the pressure was going to be more. Like last week, the point of pickup, they were picking up Trey like at the 3-point line. And then tonight, they were all over us and just was in our hip pocket no matter where we went. And I just felt like it was their defensive pressure that just kind of kept us out of our out of our rhythm, out of our flow. You know, we'd get a 3-point basket. We shot, you know, we made a lot of threes, you know, shot a decent percentage, but I think they made us settle for a lot of those tonight. And so I think it was their adjustment from last week to this week.
And other than losing it, you know, which obviously doesn't feel good, did it feel like a good championship game? Because, you know, if I'm sitting there from an unbiased point of view, and you put 42 in there off the bench, and he's just playing, you know, lights out, and then they have to go like 13 minutes without Harge. So just like I was saying, what do you think of the level of play for the two conference teams?
Yeah, no, I thought it was a high-level basketball game, you know, and I mean, there's two good teams from the Lone Star, gutting it out like we do, you know, for 14 games in our conference season. But, you know, playing on a neutral court, you know, but I thought it was a good basketball game. You know, we didn't shoot very well from the second half, and I thought it was due to their defensive pressure. And if we just made 2 or 3 more shots, we'd have won the game, you know. But, yeah, I felt like it was a good game. And like I said, I think Tarleton will represent our region well moving forward.
Trey and Stead, both of y'all had 1 year, decided to come to Angelo State. What has this season been like for y'all, and what is it going to mean to you going forward?
I mean, it was a great season. I think we made a lot of strides from the beginning of the year to now, and it's just disappointing that it ended in a loss. I tip my hat off to all the guys on our team. They came to work every practice, and I think we were locked in today. Just the ball just didn't roll our way, so it was disappointing to know that. But I mean, it was a great season.
Just pretty much what Trey said. Just pretty much.
And Coach Boone, this is your first group of seniors as a head coach. What does this group of guys mean? Did they pretty much set the standard for what you expect out of the leaders of your team moving forward?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and it's a journey. You know, I look at every season as a journey, and there's some highs and there's some lows. We've butted heads with all 3 of these guys, you know, and we've gone through some peaks and valleys, and just continued to love one another and continue to get better. All 3 of these guys are going to graduate in May. You know, I think that's an amazing accomplishment, especially for 2 of these guys that are coming with 1 year left to play. And then Omari's been with us and has done a good job. So these guys will graduate. We're very proud of that. And I think they've all grown as men, as Omari said a minute ago. You know, I think they've all matured and learned some things this year that'll help them in life. And we look forward. I mean, to me, athletics is about going through some of this adversity and getting better and learning from it. And then we're always going to be a contact for them in order to help these guys when they go out into the real world, whether, you know, some of these guys get a chance to play professional basketball somewhere or whether they have an 8-to-5 job. Hopefully we'll be the ones that are making the calls and helping them and you know, always in their corner.
And I guess one last question. And my one last question just for all y'all there. This is what a start to the way of a new era of Angelo State basketball. Like you said, this is something that you and Coach Beard wanted to build. And are you guys taking the right step for moving forward?
Yes, I think so. I mean, I like where we're at as far as a program, and you know, it's like I told the guys in there, it's the 2nd most wins in school history, 2nd only to last year's team. We set a school record for the most wins to start a season at 12-0. You know, we had some individual accomplishments with this group, and you know, I think these guys will understand their impact on our future recruiting, you know, and the kind of seasons that they've had, and you know, we just hope to continue to keep building it, and hopefully we'll be in more games like this in the future.
Any more questions? Yeah.
Questions for Trey Bennett. Trey, you led the team in scoring tonight. What was your approach coming into tonight's game?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What was your approach coming into tonight's game?
My approach was to just do whatever it took to get the win, whether that be distributing the ball or scoring or pressure and defense. I didn't get that done tonight. So.
Anything else, gentlemen? All right, guys, thank you very much. Congratulations on a great season.